Or Rev-Up office numbers are 572-0383 and 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and possibly on DBS, Tony. Any confirmation?
No confirmation as yet. The only thing I could say, I know Lisa is back, and Lisa is the one who is doing a program. So I rather suspect just perhaps. But if anything, Linda can send us a message and let us know right away.
I think so. Okay, so good morning, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm well.
It's carnival, baby. You know what I'm saying? The colors,
Yes, I. And what, last lap jump up, Monday and Tuesday?
Monday and Tuesday, last lap jump up. That's right.
Okay.
So this is it.
Yeah, this is it. Into the home stretch, as they say.
That's right.
So let's say good morning to co-host number 1, number 2, Keena. How are you?
I'm number 1 and number 2.
I wasn't sure. I don't know how you'll take it if I say number 2.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So
We're all in this together.
I was trying to be diplomatic, and she still take me on.
Good morning, Andre Paul. Good morning, Tony Paul. How's everyone doing? To our listeners and viewers, good morning. Mwah.
Thank you very much, Keena. You know, I should have actually played the ads before I played the theme.
Oh, it happens.
But that's when you have a lot on your plate. But we'll fix that up at the end of the show. Okay. So, anything you guys want to mention before we
the
move
camera
on?
shifted a little bit again.
Boy. You know who passed there a while ago?
Was you?
No. We saw past there a while ago.
Oh.
All right, okay.
Shifted just a little bit. I'll check it out.
Alrighty, so let's just get into the other matters. Like, for example, the Tomaso bread place. Today is going to be chicken pilau. Chicken pilau at Tomaso bread place today. Now, yesterday I know Tony and Keena had a good taste, if you will.
Gosh,
a good tasting.
I still have left, you know.
You serious?
Yeah, that's going to last me about 3 days. I don't eat so much. Like it was a lot of food.
Oh yes, that's true. That's
it was a lot of food.
It gives you a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot. Too much for me.
And that's the good thing about the way Yaslin does that. She gives you a lot. I love that.
Yeah.
Any places I go and I get a lot of food, I happy.
When I looked at it, I'm like, okay, that's 2 servings. As I tasted the first spoon, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave some for later. Okay, I'll leave some for later. Okay, I might leave some for later. Okay, nah, this gotta go. Andre and Keena, it was just...
It was so good.
Yes,
it was really, really, really good.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yes, it really makes you feel good.
The little hot sauce, the little...
Yes.
Right, that's right, Tony, that's
and
right.
the spinach in there too.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, it's kalaloo.
Oh, it was kalaloo. Oh, wow. Was. And she had this little,
man.
it had this, I'm not quite sure what it was, is it cayenne pepper she had
that's
in
what I
there?
was talking about.
Tony was just talking about it.
Right.
Yes.
It gave it a really nice flavor.
I hope Yaslin's listening to all of this.
Yeah, and the dumplings, oh my God. Let me tell you, I haven't had dumplings like that in a while.
So you remember we spoke about dumplings and so on,
Yes,
right, Andrea?
yes.
The first spoon was the dumpling.
Yeah, mine too.
Once it came up, I said, the first spoon.
Was the
But
dumpling.
head the best joker. After I picked it up, right, I was on the Millennium Highway, and I said, oh gosh, normally when I ask her to prepare it for me, I don't take the dumplings, right? So when I was on the Millennium Highway, and I know I'm getting close to you guys, I said, oh boy, I hope it has dumplings in there. I hope so. So I called her. I said, hey, did you put dumplings in there for Tony and Keena? She said, oh yeah. She said, you can't have bouillon without dumplings.
That's
You
right.
can.
It's true.
Yeah,
man.
the dumplings were really, just the way I love it.
Notice what she said, dumplings.
Yeah, man.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I think I said that before, but let me quickly say it. One of my partners came from the States, you know what I mean? He was like, boy, I see them dumplings there. I'm like, hey, but Jimmy, I mentioned his name. Bro, you live in the States and you come back and you're talking about dumplings, man. It's a thing, you know what I mean? Dumplings.
Especially dumplings or goglo. Oh my word, with a bit of stewed chicken or chicken backs on the side of fish. Or just give me dumplings and goglo and sauteed saltfish. With that thing, avocado.
What you say, goglo?
Like you just drop that in water and then you cut it up, you slice it up and you have it with avocado or chicken or something or fish.
You serious?
Yeah, man.
It's a thing?
Stay there still.
Anyway, let's stop talking about that because I'm getting hungry now. Yeah. So today's going to be chicken pilau. All right. So don't forget, on the side, of course, you have the regular sea moss flavors, including coconut, ginger, peanut, and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flaxseed and chia seeds. Not only talking about the peanut, I got 2 for you.
Yes.
So how is that?
I ain't touched it yet.
So that's the big one.
No follow.
You make a joke, sir. According to our grandfather, you payasin.
Andre, too special to be had when my belly full.
Oh, okay.
I can't do that.
Okay.
You're bum glad, so you can't have
mad.
CMOS.
It ain't gonna be the same.
Yes, I understand.
And CMOS is rich as well, so you can't mix them together.
You get it.
You have to take
Yeah. You're mad.
So make sure that you have that nice and cold.
It's in the fridge.
Nice
waiting,
and cold.
Waiting.
Yes.
Yaslin can cook. Let me tell you, boy. Yaslin can cook.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I'm sure the pilau is going to be just as good today.
Well,
all right.
So it was really good.
Okay. Anything you guys want to talk about before we move on?
So you into the people ads yet, huh?
That's all right. We'll do that a little later.
Another time.
A little later.
Okay.
This morning, Tony, I came across a news. I didn't read it because it was so long. On the newspaper, the Trinidad Guardian, there's a pic of Brian Lara. Right? He's sitting watching some match or the other, right? And the great Brian Lara. And I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Right? You see, here's a guy who went into the sunset, sailed into the sunset. I don't know how he was able to do it at the top. I mean, the peak of his popularity. That takes a lot of humility to do that.
Yeah.
To move away from the scene at that point. I mean, one time it was Brian Lara. That's the only name you were hearing. Anyway, so apparently the cricket organizers, they're feeling this 27 runs thing. They're really digging horrors on that. Yeah. They're really feeling it, and they say now they want to go back now and try to talk to.
I just realized that.
Yes, they want to talk to Vivian Richards and Brian Lara to probably bring them back some way somehow to see how they can assist, because West Indies cricket it ain't doing so well. So I came across that this morning. It was just such a long item. I couldn't read it.
Okay,
it's too long.
I have not read it as yet, but I can say you're talking about 2 of the greatest West Indian batsmen ever lived. Brian Lara, for me, the greatest period in the world. Most people will tell you Tendulkar, which is the Indian batsman. All right, but for me, it's Brian Lara. Okay, some people say Don Bradman, which is way back in the day, and so on. But anyway, you have a Vivian Richards. Vivian Richards was or probably still is a no-nonsense person. All right, you ain't good enough. He will, tell you ain't good enough, and he is. So just perhaps he may not be the best person because of the way he operates. Okay, Brian Lara probably a bit of the same as well. So, but there were greats, West Indian greats that was very successful. Richards was perhaps the most successful captain. Clive Lloyd may have something to say about it, but Vivian Richards was perhaps the most successful captain. And then Brian Lara, who had scored all these runs and was a leader of the team by a long way. Now, me saying that, I rather suspect you got to throw Darren Sammy in there in terms of, but it was more the white ball cricket. I think Darren Sammy was successful at, winning 2 T20 World Cups and also the 50 overs. They call it the one day. So yeah, but in terms of overall white ball, red ball, I think it was the most successful might have been Vivian Richards.
Yeah, right? Man. So you must follow up on that story.
I will definitely.
As I said, it was a little lengthy, so I couldn't. It was very difficult to condense it because everything that was being said was kind of important.
Right.
And there's only so much time we have for the newscast.
Exactly, and there's only so much time on this program to talk about West Indies cricket and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a real cause for concern. Yeah, because 27 runs.
Andre,
See?
27 runs. Now,
That's
again, I just quickly let me insert this because I didn't have the time to do it yesterday. I spoke about 7 ducks or something like that, meaning 7-0 scores, with about 4 of them being first ball ducks. All right, Andre, the guy who got most of them is a left arm seamer, like a fast bowler, Mitch Stark. All right, I used to love this man as a bowler. Andre Mid-Ole. Andre Mitch Stark is at least, I want to go and say as far as 37.
Wow.
And Andre, for a fast bowler, that's all.
And that's considered an old person.
That's right.
Wow.
But he can swing the ball and so on, you know what I mean? With the left arm, his left arm seamers and so on. So he took at least 5 or 7, somewhere around there. He took the majority of the wickets. They just could not play him. He was unplayable. You know what I'm saying? So again, it just simply shows that we have a problem. We do have a problem. In particular, the batting. If I read something as well that says if West Indies bowlers take out a team for 100, believe it, the batsmen themselves won't even make close to that because the batting the batting is that bad. Yeah, and those are among perhaps the better players that they chose. Now there are older players who played and are still around playing T20. Your Russells, Andre Russell, and so on. There are a few of them still around. But to play Test cricket, because Test cricket, Andre, 5 long days, you know what I mean? And that can take its toll. A T20 match is just 20 overs aside, so you can probably endure that. So in terms of Test cricket, you have to have endurance. Okay? So these young fellas that they brought in, not so young, but some of them, relatively young, they just ain't got it. I ain't blaming Darren Sammy, the coach. I ain't blaming the managers. No, but I think they just don't have it.
Now, it's interesting. There are lots of females who love to watch cricket. In fact, they love going to the games and so on. And I know yesterday you said it's not really your thing. Well, I'm just curious. Why is that?
I got hit with a ball as a child. And after that, it was like, not for me, no. But when I had Tony and you discuss cricket, Tony is very, very passionate about it. And that is more than a loss. It's humiliation at home. And
at home.
And the other thing as well, when you speak about West Indies over the last couple of months since I've been here, is hearing you saying, there are cracks and eventually it will get wider and wider. And I think that's what we saw at the last game, 27 runs. That's humiliation. And Andre now saying that, they're now calling on Brian Lara, Sir Vivian Richards, and Clive Lloyd. Those are the greats for an emergency meeting. That says something, that they definitely need work. And we're not putting any stain on the leadership there, but the younger cricketers, they definitely need help, to get to the top.
And let me just ask a question. Guys like Vivian Richards and Brian Lara, don't you think, I'm just asking the question, Tony, don't you think these guys have done their time? There was a time when maybe their techniques would work when they're against whoever they, because maybe the opposing teams were at a different level. What the opposing teams know now, those teams back then didn't know. Maybe that's why Brian Lara was able to shine the way he did, and all the Sir Garfield Sobers and all of them. I'm just asking, Tony, maybe a stupid question. Don't you think these guys, maybe our has-beens, to go to these guys for help now, to ask them advice, do you think these guys would know what to say to these young players in terms of, for things to change?
It's not a stupid question. It's a good question, as a matter of fact, because you have those, as you said, who are the has-beens, and in their time, in the 70s and the 80s, it used to be that way. Like I said yesterday, we relied a lot on raw talent, and the raw talent came out of the West Indies. Okay, whereas Andre, I heard stories. I'm just going to say this little piece. I heard stories about Brian Lara. Brian Lara would field the whole day, which is, let's say, the opposing team is batting, whole day. After close of play, say 5:30, 6 o'clock, he would go take a little nap, wake up. That's what I heard. He'd tell the fellas, somebody, other batsmen and cricketers, let's go and fire something, man. So I ain't done yet. So they would go maybe have a couple of drinks and then come back, sleep it out, and then the following day, the fellas still a little drowsy, kind of away from the late liming and the alcohol. Brian Lara would score 100 and something runs easy.
You see? Amazing.
Yes, that's right. So they had that talent. Now, experience, Andre, is a great teacher. You
Supposed to be a great teacher. Supposed to be.
That's true. That's true. That's true. You knew what obtained then. With experience now, you come and you are watching this thing. Never mind, you're not hearing about Brian Lara. He's almost everywhere at almost all big competitions. Sometimes they will show you him in the crowd or in a VIP section or something. So he's right there. All right. So they're watching, and now with the computer age and all of that technology, they also go and look at that. So you can bring in them as well. That's what I'm believing now. Bring them in, and they too can say, well, this is what we need to do. That is what we need to do. I do believe it. Between the experience and now with the computer knowledge and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the bum wall. The bum wall.
Go there. Go there, Nat.
I think that the church has been monitoring. Well, the Roman Catholic Church has been monitoring this thing. Some of the more outspoken priests would be speaking out against it since it started. So apparently they've been monitoring, and of course I think the Minister for Creative Industries has already indicated that they're going to be repainting it and so on. So the church has been watching, and since they heard the announcement of the repainting, and has it been repainted already?
You betcha.
It was.
It's Andre, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, even little Nairobi, when she was Nairobi was about five I think. Yeah, I was passing by the wall with her driving past, and she said to me, "Daddy, look the thing, look the thing." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" The thing. I tell her, "What are you talking about? I don't know." I can't say it. I cannot say it. I said, "What you talking? Just tell me what you said." That is the wall. I said, "Oh, that's what you're talking about." Yeah, she's embarrassed to tell me it's the bum wall.
And I remember you the first time you said the bam wall. I said, Andre.
You rearranged my ignorance.
Bum
wall.
Right.
And the archbishop said bam bam.
He said bam bam. Okay.
we all want to be politically correct. So they know now that it's going to be happening.
Yeah.
The church is aware it's going to be happening, that the leaders are going to be there and doing their thing. Now, I don't know. To me, I don't see the difference. When I see difference, whether you have it, don't have it, right? I don't see how much less is going to take away from the bacchanal or how much more is going to put into the bacchanal. To me, it's just all part of the bacchanal.
It is part of the bacchanal.
It is part of the bacchanal.
But the thing is, Andre, it's highlighted. On the road.
Don't you think it's highlighted because we are making an issue of it? Don't you think so? If maybe we're not bothering with it. It's almost like, remember the nicknames back in the day?
Yes.
When you give somebody a nickname and maybe they just laugh it off. But when you get angry.
Since when did it really become a thing? Because as far as I know, revelers were always going on there.
Not necessarily. It started a few years ago where guys went on first. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
guys,
I remember.
Guys just run on the wall and just...
And you know we're not sexy.
Exactly.
We're not sexy.
So it started when women started going on there.
It started being highlighted.
Yeah.
At that point.
Because y'all are the sexy ones.
You see, again, it started being highlighted because people were using their phones and taking images and videos and posting it online.
Right. Social media became a buzz.
Because it's the ladies doing it. That's the difference. Guys can do that. It's no big deal.
That's right.
It's no big deal. Doesn't matter. We are sexy. Pussy. When a lady does that sort of thing, that's a totally different kettle of fish.
So the guys started doing it, and all of a sudden the women realized, well, wait a second.
I can do it too.
I could do it better.
Exactly.
I just see people just having fun.
So they started going on the wall itself. And Andrea and Keena, this is what happens. I was on the road, so I know I see it. When you know you're reaching close to the bum wall, you just see women be running. They want to get their place on the bum wall.
By the way, does it ever get overcrowded?
Yes, of course.
So they take turns or something?
Yes, because you want to be on the bum wall too.
Oh, okay.
So you're waiting for when somebody comes off. Or
Then, By the way, how do they climb this thing?
It's easy. It's not really, really high.
Oh.
So you can take it from, because it starts low and it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
So you just go up with that, and you know what I mean, and they line up, and of course they do their thing. Nothing like I've said before. Nothing that they're not doing on the road itself. They do the same thing.
Exactly.
It's
just that it's on the wall, and the cameras, as Keena say, your personal phones, you use that, and the television stations who are shooting it, they highlight it as well.
Yeah. Now the Archbishop was saying about, it magnifies the carnal nature and this sort of thing, right? But to me, the whole thing about carnival is the carnal nature. That's what carnival is all about.
And
right?
again, it's magnifying it. So we have that's where it all started. People are magnifying this thing, but that's what happens on the road. That's what they do. They dance, they gyrate. That's what's happening. It's the same thing.
Yeah, when you see a lady standing on a truck, and she's at the back of the truck or the front of the truck, for example, she's the same thing.
Yeah.
She's just doing her thing.
That's right.
There's just something about the ladies when they do it. Gets you jealous.
And actually, one of the things that I said when I attended this meeting with the minister, the culture minister, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, and the CMC, CPMC, right, the chairperson and so on. One of the questions that I asked is about the same thing about the Bam Bam Wall. Because I said, I rather suspect, because that is there, and now it's been highlighted, and it's a thing for those who might be coming from the diaspora and so on. It's a thing they look forward to going on it, and just having fun is how they see it. Will we stop it? One, and then he said, well, as far as he's concerned, it's still happening. And I also said that I rather suspect, since it's so highlighted in our carnival, there may be some countries who may build a Bam Bam Wall.
Or have some things, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I rather suspect it may happen.
I have friends of mine that has never been to St. Lucia. They're not St. Lucian. And when they call me around carnival time, that's what they talk about.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's what they talk about. Hey, I can't wait to come to St. Lucia Carnival and just experience being on the Bam Bam Wall.
And you know,
that's what they talk about.
Now, you know the Roman
apart from
Catholic
just St.
Church.
Lucia Carnival on the whole.
You know the Roman Catholic Church is very powerful. What they say does matter. When the church talks, people listen, right? And the church has been talking about this thing for over the last few years. And people are just not listening.
Yeah.
So to me, if I were the church, I just leave that alone. Leave it alone. He said something which I do not agree with. He said that he doesn't have a problem with carnival. He should have a problem with carnival because from a spiritual perspective, and I think I've discussed that with you already. I think Tony was there. It's just clear in the Bible. God condemns this thing. I'm talking about what the Bible says about it. It's strongly condemned. Once you see you have anything to do with revelry and so on, and all what's associated with it, the Bible is clear, condemned. So when the Archbishop says he doesn't have a problem with carnival, he should have a problem with it, right? Because in the eyes of God, it is wrong. However, people make the choice because God gives you that freedom to make a choice. That's what you want to do. You go right ahead. God has no problem with that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. So when he says he doesn't have a problem with carnival, I don't agree with him at all. He should have a problem with it.
I think he explained why he doesn't have a problem with it, as it being part of our creative and vibrant, a part of our culture. But I understand what you're saying as well.
Yeah. So just get ready. By the way, is it done? Is the thing on the wall done on the first or the second day?
Both days.
Oh, both days. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back, for sure.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's.
But you'll see it, Andre. If you look at you watch television, you'll see because the cameras make sure they show them running towards the Bam Bam Wall. You want to run there to get your spot early. You know what I mean? So once the band reaches, Andre, all of them. According to a partner of mine, all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Guy Joseph has come out swinging. I mean, really swinging. They're letting their former colleague, Stephen King, have it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've been on his case. In fact, I find the opposition tends to be a two individuals case. And those two individuals are both part of the United Workers' Party.
Yeah.
So you have Stephen King and Richard Frederick. These two guys, I mean, they're just under the microscope, boy. So Richard gets hit one way and Stephen King gets hit another way. So Mr. Guy Joseph was having his say. And I wanted to play one of the clips, if you don't mind. Okay?
Go ahead.
And he says that he's talking about Mr. King's qualifications. And he goes down a road which I do not agree with, to be honest with you, because it sounds to me, and Mr. Joseph, I know you're not joking when you made those comments about his Mr. King's employment back in the day. And I remember that. I was a young guy. I remember seeing Mr. King. I think he used to work at a lawyer's office. Mr. Girodi, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Tony? And how do we know that? Because Mr. Girodi and Papa were good partners.
That's right.
They're good partners. And I remember when our grandfather would ask us to go down, well, more so me, to go down to see Mr. Girodi, to get papers and stuff because Papa was always into papers.
Yeah. You remember he gave you power of Anthony?
Yeah. yeah. So but our grandfather gave me power of attorney, but my grandfather had a way of pronouncing the word. So how does he pronounce it, Tony?
Power of Anthony.
so I had power of Anthony. Yeah, man. So I was always down there, and that is where I actually saw Stevenson King. I actually saw him there.
Okay.
And I mean,
was he slim?
He was slimmer.
Okay. But he was always the biggest guy.
Yeah, kind of biggish. Okay. Yeah, always a kind of biggish guy. So that's what he used to. I remember that well. Always saw him there. He had always had these documents walking from the office. So everybody knew. Everybody who cared at that time knew that's what he did. So he was what they call a messenger, right? And we still have messengers around today. Many businesses. Yeah. These people, either males, females, they play a very, very important role, especially for the lawyers. These people are the ones who go now where the lawyer doesn't have to deal with taking a line and things like that. Dropping this off, even money sometimes to go to the bank. Yep. It's a very, very important role. Go and collect, go to collect checks, go to deposit checks, things like that. Yeah. It's really, really important. As I said, a lot of business places still have it. When I was at HDS, I remember HDS actually had their own scooter. Yeah, for the guy. By the way, Zico. I wonder how Zico is doing, boy.
Good question.
Yeah, I really wonder.
Zico was such a wonderful, sweet little guy, man.
Yeah, so I don't like the hitting of what he used to do before, right? The beautiful thing, Tony, I think we've spoken about that already, is that you can start there, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. And Mr. King has clearly shown that he didn't stay there. Yeah. Right? The man became the prime minister of the country.
Remember I told you I met with him one time when we sat in my living room for a long time together, just talking. And at that time, he was a UWP member. All right? And one of the things I said to him that day is, boy, you have the, I don't know if I should say distinction or the pleasure of St. Lucia. When they put up St. Lucia, past St. Lucia's prime ministers, your picture will be there. Imagine that.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, this is something we should really, really big up and be proud of a St. Lucian who can come from that level and bring him, raise himself. Now, Mr. Joseph is actually giving credit to the party now for that happening to Mr. King. Now, that may be partly correct, but I mean, the fact is that it's you're the one now, right, who you must have the skills and ability to be a prime minister, because being a prime minister, that's a huge responsibility.
And not only that, your character, your emotional intelligence, which Mr. King has shown, and a genuine commitment, experience to serving the people.
Yes,
he's shown that time and time again. You can't take that away from him. And though I understand all the political rhetoric, that's nothing new, especially in the heat of elections. But when does it stop?
Well,
to go below so low now.
Right, I don't like that.
I don't.
And that's not the first time it's happened. When we had remember the horse racing track? Remember that came during the time of the United Workers' Party? And I remember certain members of the Labour Party, man, they were on the case of these guys who were taking care of the horses, or at least supposed to be taking care of the horses. And certain comments about our people shouldn't be taken care of. I remember those comments were being made, and that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. We must not knock people for those things. Tony and Keena, when I went to the US, right? I came from Radio St. Lucia, and I was a radio announcer. I was top, well, at least at the time I was popular. When I went to the US, what do you think I was doing?
Washing dishes.
Before the washing dishes, shoveling snow.
Shoveling snow?
Yeah, shoveling snow.
On the job? The same job? Or you did?
No, another one. That's before.
You serious?
Yeah, I was in Massachusetts at the time there. Yeah, and I remember there's a Jewish man that hired me. So I was there shoveling snow. That's what I was doing.
That must kill you. That mash you up?
Pardon, say again?
That mash you up?
Yeah, at the time I said, look at me, Mr.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I realized, hey, you have to, it's almost like starting all over again. Right? And then, of course, eventually I was working what they call graveyard shift. I was working at a factory where they made garbage cans.
You serious?
Yeah. I worked there.
We never spoke about
midnight. I remember I went to the shift 11 o'clock in the night until 7 o'clock in the morning. And I did that for about 3 months. And I promised myself, I said, you see me? I will never do that kind of work again. I'm not talking about the garbage thing, the garbage can. I'm talking about that late night shift, what they call the graveyard shift. I find that is crazy.
I did it, but at a radio station.
Just a few hours.
A few, Andre?
How many hours were you working?
You want to hear? Maybe perhaps the most hours from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning.
You kidding me, Tony?
Until the morning crew came in.
What?
That's right. That's why it's called the graveyard.
So about 6 hours there.
Andre, 6 hours. And I guess energy, I was a lot younger. And I remember the manager coming in and saying, you don't know how I do it. Preparing for the 6 o'clock shift, for the morning crew to come in. Andre, that's between 5 and 6 was my liveliest hour.
Yeah.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, I'm not bragging, I mean that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was taught to me since Antigua. I remember my boss in Antigua saying me, rest in peace, I have a word. He said to me when I kick off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Andre, I'm mad, I bad, I hot. He said by 4 or 5, I dead. So he said, nah. You have to keep it all the time. Andre, you see that 2 o'clock, 2 to 6 o'clock, 2 to 6 shift? That's also a tough one. You have to be hot all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, hotter between 4 and 6 because that's drive time, prime time.
So I'm just talking about the kind of stuff that I have done already, Tony, and so many other St. Lucians. When you hear the people's stories, what they had to do to make it, right? So I do not like it when somebody tends to look down on certain types of employment. Okay, I worked in the restaurant, and that's why you see I go to a restaurant. I always say that I never give the waiters and waitresses a rough time.
Yeah.
Never. And I always make sure I tip them well. Why? Because I remember when I was working in the restaurant, the tips were huge. When I say huge, in terms of its contribution to your salary.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a bit. It's like you could depend on that thing, man,
You
to
look forward to the
pay
tips.
a few bills.
Yes.
That kind of
You
thing.
look forward to the tips.
Yeah, so that's the sort of stuff. So I don't have a problem with that, right? So that's just me.
And I
making
just
my
want to
point.
add that, right? Because we hear this a lot coming from our leaders in our society of late. So while qualifications and credentials might matter, so does your conduct. It matters a lot in parliament, in public, and behind closed doors, because this is what you choose, but titles alone aren't what makes an individual, and we need to and to make them worthy of office. It's what they do with the platforms that they're given, and time again we have individuals, okay, that he started off that way, but he's risen along the ranks, and he's serving, and that's what's important. He's doing his job.
Yeah, so I was going to play the clip, but I've changed my mind.
For sure.
I think we said enough already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we actually made the point.
We shouldn't.
So while I understand the criticism and so on, because
understand.
the party is definitely hurt over the fact that Mr. King left the party and the way he did it at the time that he did it, and as I understand, and it's just sad. It's just sad that we, human nature, I want to say human nature being what it is, we tend to hold on to those things. We hold on and not even forgiving the person, even after maybe they themselves have moved on already. We just hold on to it.
I just hope that they could go past their grievances and personal digs at each other. I'm really, and some of us are part of that as well. The politicians do it, so we do it too, but we don't realize how damaging that is. We have children watching, so we need to stop. We really, really need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right to criticize and everything, but there's some places that I think we just shouldn't go. And that thing about holding hurts, right? The politicians should take the lead to show us that they can forgive and we can move on, right? You hear things that happened long ago still being spoken about today, right? No matter, even in the recent past, things are still coming up, and to me, they're setting a poor example for the young people, right, who are going to be holding on to grievances and hurts and so on. You guys are supposed to be leading by example and showing us that you can get it right. So if you're behaving like that, what do you leave for the younger folks, the now generation? They're going to behave the same way because they've had a very, very bad, a very poor example already when it comes to those matters. The thing about holding on to past hurts and anger and grievances, they do it, and that's not nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Andre, while you were saying all of this, I'm like, but that's the game. That's how it is. But the points that you made, I think, are so on point. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. When you're doing all of this, because we grew up knowing it that way, we take it for granted. That's just the way it is. You criticize your opponent. You go deep down and dirty, because to me, it's a natural thing. Now, when you put it like that, I'm like, but wait a second. Yeah, maybe it's not supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? You come up with things that you will do if you get elected, instead of just as they say, mépriser your opponent, that kind of thing, bad name calling and all of that. But because again, we grew up hearing that's just the way it is. Let me talk for myself. I took it for granted, but hey, that's politics. It's just the way it is. Dirty politics, and politics will always be dirty. But some great points that you made there.
You remember
it probably doesn't have to be that way.
No,
let our younger ones grow up and not going down that road.
Exactly. Remember the crossing of the floor episode? Remember
While
that?
you were speaking, that's exactly what I was.
Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
The crossing of the floor?
Yes.
I mean, that's like our classic.
Yes.
Right? When the gentleman, Mr. Snack, became Governor General, right? That came back. That was back in the discussion all over the place, right? And the man is an old man right now, and he's up to now. He cannot be forgiven for that thing that has to come back up every time. No, man, no.
You know, we tend to forget that whilst we're doing that, we might think, okay, we're going down and dirty because we want to go after the opponent, and rightly so, because but the way that it's done, and it shouldn't be done, and God is watching, you know.
Exactly.
So if and
the children are watching
and
too.
the children are watching, and we need to be very, very mindful of what we say and the platforms we use to say these things.
Exactly. All right. So, Donald Trump now is dealing with the Caribbean, where the tariffs are concerned. Well, the Caribbean and Africa. It's just interesting. Donald Trump feels that he needs to make America great again.
Yeah.
The MAGA movement, and how he's going to make America great again is that the wealth that they had. Because I think he's realizing that it's dwindling. Because when you look at the deficit, when you look at the amount of debt that America is in, I mean, 20-something trillions and trillions of this, a lot of debt. They're taking loans like crazy, and plus they're printing NS dollars, causing inflation, all kind of things to try and deal with the problem. Now, the whole idea was to make America look like it's the leader. So you cannot have a leader coming now and begging you for money. You know what I mean? You just can't have that. So it's almost like a kind of false kind of lifestyle where you're giving the impression as though, hey, we're the baddest, and we don't need you. We can manage it ourselves. So America is giving this, giving that, involving wars, giving weapons, and this. You know what Donald Trump has done now? He's saying, listen, Ukraine wants to get Iron Dome. Well, somebody has to pay for it. Now, normally before, America would just provide that. But I was reading about this Iron Dome thing there. That thing is expensive. I think it's $1.something billion for that. If you see the thing, the structure, plus now the components in that thing, 900 million, another 600-something, 500 million for different parts in the thing, for the rockets and everything, it's very expensive. Now, once upon a time, America would say, hey, I'll just give that to you. Go and fire those things away, man.
Don't just run away from that like that. The Keena and myself, well, okay, talk for yourself, Tony Paul. What's an Iron Dome?
That's a good question. Yeah. It's this kind of weapon. I think America, they have the technology where if you have rockets coming to your space,
right,
and the rockets are coming fast and furious,
right,
that Iron Dome just
destroy them,
to shoot them down,
destroy them. Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that's really crucial. America gave it to Israel to help them.
Israel.
Yeah, deal with that war there.
Oh, okay.
So because remember when Iran sent all these rockets after them, it's the Iron Dome.
Okay, so
now some of them got through. Some of the rockets actually got through, but none, if it wasn't for that,
yes,
for that Iron Dome.
Destruction.
Yeah, so you see the importance of that piece of equipment. So now Trump is saying for Ukraine to get it, hey, Europe has to pay for it for them.
Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, here's millions of or billions coming into the U.S. coffers. So in his craziness, if you will, there's a method to the madness there that's going on. But he's just desperate. So hear that. Now he wants to put the tariffs now because everybody has to feel the wrath of the U.S. now. He wants to put tariffs now on the Caribbean. But guess what they're saying? Hear what they're saying there. The Caribbean now, in terms of trade and this kind of thing, relatively insignificant. So a little 10%.
Yeah.
Because what
10%.
what we trading with you know what I mean? What do we right? What do we have to trade? You know what I mean? So 10%.
Yeah, so 10%. for the Caribbean and Africa. Yeah, maybe certain African countries.
Right.
Yeah, man.
right.
So we are seen as relatively insignificant. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
So no wonder, Tony, on the international stage, when you really think about it, we have no real say.
No say, Andre.
We have no real say.
A lot of times when you talk about, again, the Gaza and all of that, I'm like, Andre, well, that's fine. You empathize. I love it. But we ain't saying nothing. We ain't got no say. When you say, well, we should stand up as a nation and so on, the West Indies or the Caribbean islands, I'm like, oh.
CARICOM.
CARICOM, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least, it'll go on record that you're on the right side of history.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of people like Mr. Trump there right now who doesn't realize, or he's forgetting that history is being written, history. And I wonder if he wants to be remembered for what he's doing.
Negative side.
Yeah, I wonder if Israel wants to be remembered for what they're doing, because history is being written.
Mm-hmm.
History is being written, but Trump sees what he's doing as doing good for the American
for America.
people.
That's right.
So that's
Making
what it
America
is.
great
So
again.
making
MAGA
America great
time.
again. So that's what it is.
All right. So I'm getting back home. I'm going to say, I want to say bravo. I know you guys are going to join me as well to say bravo to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. They had a significant breakthrough that occurred, I think, on Thursday, the 10th of July. Apparently, they were maybe on foot patrol. We don't know exactly what happened, but they noticed somebody acting suspiciously. Now, it's amazing, I've heard that so many times, where the police would confront somebody and they say the person's acting suspiciously.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wonder, how is it that they're behaving at that point in time that would give the police the impression, that guy is looking fishy there, they're looking fishy.
Kind of.
And I guess the police are sort of trained
I was about to say that.
pick
Yes.
up.
to pick up those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can
Maybe
see
they're
it.
trembling or something.
Even you would see it too. You pass, let's say you come to your home and you see a fella just around the area.
Yeah, look a little suspicious.
Right.
Yeah.
You just feel like, hey, what's going on? He look at you a kind of way, and he just maybe bend down on his head, or he just walk away.
When somebody has stolen something from you and they're not aware that you're coming into the room, and you could tell that something is a bit off.
I remember when we used to steal. Sorry for saying that. We used to steal. We used to steal. Now, folks, we're not telling you to go and do that at all. We're young. We were stupid. And back in the day, we had no computers. We had nothing to do with our time except steal. So I remember one time we went to a supermarket and everybody passed, everybody pick up something, right? So the manager of the store realized we're up to no good. So a fella, his name was Benji.
Oh, Benji,
and then his cap. He used to wear caps in those days. It was loaded.
Oh my!
It was loaded with stuff. So the man now can make a little joke with him. The manager is like, "Boy, behave yourself, boy." So he touched him on his head. Push.
kind of things.
The man got a cap loaded his stuff.
Oh my God!
He was just joking, and said, "Boy, behave yourself, boy." And the man touched him on the head. That thing loaded him with chocolate and nougat and all that.
Those were the things that we used to enjoy.
Yeah, so we were acting suspiciously.
Yes.
One time, I remember a lady caught me and she said to me, "Stay there, I go and call Mr. Balance request for you." I go to stay there?
You're mad.
I said, "Stay there, I go and call Mr. Balance request for you." I was acting suspiciously, man. So apparently the fellas are doing something.
Yeah.
And they're acting suspicious. So anyway, they caught a guy there with 2 illegal firearms. Okay? And plus, 17 rounds of 9mm ammunition. Now, we have to say bravo to the police.
Right.
You know why? I mean, on a serious note right now, that's ammunition, and these are guns which could have been used
On the streets.
to kill somebody. Or to maim somebody or hurt somebody, right? So thank God these are off the streets. Okay? So bravo to the gangs, narcotics, and although I don't like that name, gangs.
The Royal
gangs.
St. Lucia Police Force, yeah.
So Mr. Matthew and your team, well done.
Well done.
Right? Them fellas not hearing me say. And listen, and they pepper him, His name is Derek Charles. A 19-year-old.
Just imagine that,
A 19-year-old.
19.
Oh, they ain't play with him. Right? They set bail for him. Guess what the bail condition? Guess how much?
How much?
$90,000.
That's not enough.
Bail. You own more than that,
Because that weapon could be used to kill someone. You can't bring that person back.
Well, you're right. I agree there. $90,000 and other conditions. Yeah, other court conditions.
Yeah.
So good.
Why it's good, and it's probably enough because
it could be a deterrent because it's that high. But what if somebody pays the bail? That's the other thing too I'm worried about. Yeah, because there's always someone who pays, a bail for someone when they find themselves in situations of that sort. So yeah. Ouch.
Okay,
I'm just happy that the Royal Syndicate.
Yeah.
I'm relieved that the guns were taken off our streets.
Yes, so bravo to the Royal Syndicate Police Force. But don't forget, we're still waiting for you all. We hope at the appropriate time that you will come out and let the public know what happened to Tyson.
Yeah.
We want to know. That's one we really, really want to know. Because if we're talking about illegal firearms and ammunition, we know Tyson was doing a good job. And somebody didn't like that. Somebody didn't like it at all. Unless, of course, maybe they're going to say that there was a mistake, that they accidentally poisoned the dog or something like that.
You accidentally poisoned the dog?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they thought they were giving it something, good juice, and it ended up being something else. Must have. But I'm saying that this is one that the St. Lucian public, even those in the diaspora, were upset about this thing. So we're not going to let the police get away with this one, because we understand you all are the ones conducting the investigations. All right, fine. Although most St. Lucians don't like the idea.
Yeah.
But you all are insisting that's how you all want to do it. So let's see what happens. Now we have some big news. We have some big news, some real big news. Four CARICOM countries will fully implement free movement of nationals by the 1st of October this year.
Oh, wow.
4 countries. Now I'm saying this is big news. This is huge because the free movement of nationals among those countries, by the way, is Barbados, Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica. St. Lucia is not there as yet. And interestingly, I was a little surprised that Jamaica was not included in the first batch. But I guess they have some, whatever issues that they're going through, maybe they will come, not maybe, they will come on board eventually. But Barbados, Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Dominica, they're making the bold move. Now, this is important. The free movement of nationals allows the free movement of skilled nationals, services, capital, and the right to establish businesses or offer services in other participating member states without restrictions. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
This is huge. This is really, really huge. So if you in St. Lucia, Tony, right now, and you want to open a business, well, from the 1st of October, in St. Vincent, in Belize, in Barbados, in Dominica, right, you can do it without, they say, any restrictions.
That's what really
That's huge.
Integration is all about. So I love that.
It is for me massive, because there have been times where I told myself, let me just maybe go to a different island, see what I could do with it.
And by the way, you don't need a work permit.
If that's why
you don't need a work permit.
That's why it is that huge as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and just 1 second, Anthony. Think of it. Think of the possibilities. Maybe in St. Lucia, you would want to do a particular thing, but that's oversubscribed. In St. Lucia, it's oversubscribed. Too many involved already. Right. And Dominica may be a place you can explore. Right. Sorry about that, Tony. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine, because I was thinking exactly that. It's like you want to take your skills elsewhere. You think you would love to give it to St. Lucia, but again, as you said, it's just that
the market is saturated.
Yeah, saturated.
Yes.
So you figure, okay, all right, let me go elsewhere, and that these countries are now available.
Yes.
So that is for me massive.
It's huge. It's really huge. I want to say bravo to those countries who are taking the lead, right, and starting the process. Okay, we've been talking about that for a long time. Okay, so come the 1st of October, this is going to be in effect for those countries. Now, an interesting story from Trinidad and Tobago. This young girl from primary school, she sat the what they call the secondary entrance assessment. Now, I'm not sure if they call it CSEA or if you have to say SEA or you say C, the acronym. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But I said SEA this morning when I read the story. Now, she passed. And in fact, she topped the nation. She topped the island, or topped the country. In Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, so, I mean, that girl got all the top marks and so on. And she also got her first choice school, right? But what is interesting or ironic about that particular situation is that she was actually calling for the abolition of that exam. Yeah.
After topping?
After conquering it.
Wow.
And she gave some very, very, very valid reasons as to why she believes that. And hear what she's saying. She's saying here, this thing puts a lot of harmful pressure on young students. And she said it should be scrapped. as it affects their mental health.
And she's
That's
right,
what
you
she's
know.
saying. Yes, yes.
She's right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a lot of pressure on
She
them.
says, I think, I'm quoting, I think C or SEA should be banished. We are just 11 and 12 years old. We shouldn't be going through signs of anxiety and depression. End of quote. Okay? She said that many of her classmates are left drained and emotional. Albeit, they honored her by the Ministry of Education in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know exactly what is it that they did for her, but she says one day she wants to become a lawyer or a doctor. Now, interesting, very, very interesting to hear this young lady speaking like that and speaking out and
She's very brave
saying,
for speaking up, even
they
after
should go.
topping, conquering
They should
that exam.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I guess to be
And she's
that
right.
young too and be so bold.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
and having
exactly.
the support of her parents too.
yes, she does.
Yeah.
She does have the
So
support.
that's amazing.
Now, last year, when the juniors were singing, there was a junior calypsonian called Mighty Sky from the Mondidon Combined School. You'll find it there if you're looking for it, Keena, if you want to play it. It's called CPEA. CPEA. And she's, in the song, she's saying they should scrap it. They should go back to common entrance. Yeah, because she spoke about how they have about 200 questions. She mentions that in the song, right? So this is putting a lot of pressure on these young people.
And not that alone. You have some parents or guardians saying that even that goes way, way back. Some people will say you're not good enough to go to that school, or maybe you're not working hard enough. That's a lot of pressure on young minds. We don't realize what we're doing to them. And imagine that child working so hard, doing what they know they can do, even with the support from parents, guardians, and teachers, and not making that mark and forever being, broken because of it.
Oh boy, you're so right. And nowadays universal secondary education. In our day, Tony, myself, Grippy, and all of our partners and so on, right? Cool Run-ins and everybody that was there at that time.
Yeah.
Imagine what it was like for us, because there was basically mainly the Mont Technical College, the St. Mary's College,
St.
and
Joseph's Convent,
and
Castries Comprehensive.
no, I don't think
SPA.
Castries Comprehensive came a little later.
Compre a little later, yeah.
But the Seventh-day Adventist School
SDA was there. Yeah.
right, back in the day. So that's all you had. And there's no universal secondary
Believe
education.
that.
And just sufficient spaces there.
Right.
So if you were knocking academically, some of us were not knocking academically. I was one of them not knocking academically. I told you what happened in my
Yes, you
situation.
did.
Went to school, I had to play catch up. I had to just play catch up. Eventually, I caught up eventually. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, imagine how the kind of hurt and pain, people like me and Tony and so many others
A lot of
have
us.
gone through. So many of others.
A lot.
A lot of pain. A lot of pain. You know what is painful about it? To see people laughing at you, right? That's what because those sometimes fellas who don't pass laughing at you,
Ouch. What were they saying
Because
then?
they pass laughing at you. And you know what was bad about it too? When we went to the post office in Leclerc, right, Tony? To collect the letter, because you get a letter. Hear how bad it was. There's a white envelope and a brown envelope. So if you get the white envelope, that means you pass. If you get a brown envelope, everybody around there, because remember 21st you would gather around to see what envelope you get. So if you see you get the brown envelope, you already know you didn't make it.
Right.
How you remembering all of
You
that?
don't remember that one? I felt black, that's
But there was one pending as well.
Oh yes, there was a
There's a
pending.
pending?
In other words,
Yeah.
if somebody didn't show up, somebody didn't, then if you're next in line,
Then you
Yes.
get that
yeah,
spot.
yes. So the laughing, the comments you have from school principals,
Plus the beatings
your
as well
friends, the
from
beatings. I
family
mean, it was
from
bad. It was
parents.
bad. How Tony? How we how we made it, boy?
We had potential.
What?
I put it this way: there was potential. I was a late bloomer. Everything in my life I did late. Andre, everything. You know what I mean? I became much better at everything that I did that I wanted to do when I was young.
Mhm.
I was just maybe it's because I never cared. You know what I mean? I didn't care. I didn't put my mind to things. As you grow older, then you start putting your mind to things. And I remember the late teacher, Miss Lee.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Andre,
is a
like-
teacher from Leclerc, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Andre,
I used to love her.
Oh, you too?
I used to love that lady.
What?
Yeah, she was a good English teacher.
She made me realize my potential.
Mm-hmm. What did she say to you?
She just said, "You can do it." I remember going for the test to sit the common entrance test for Castries Comprehensive. I didn't want to go. I was like that. She told me, go. You know what I mean? Go and do this. I'm like, okay. And I ran to Compre to go and sit the test. You know, so she saw in me what I didn't see in myself at that young age. So big time kudos to her. So she made me. I remember, Andre. I don't know if you ever had that with you. Again, in the primary schools and so on, they were going in that class and taking students to make them prefect.
Yes.
Temporary prefect.
Yes.
This week you're prefect. Next week another person. And Andre it was my turn. Now that's the thing about me. I'm still that way. If I'm not in a position, I fool around. I just be me. If I'm put in a position of authority, I'm the worst or best person you can put in authority. In other words, I'm too serious. I take my work very serious. I'm straightforward. I am, the punctuality, answer the work. So, having said that, to say this, when it was my turn and I did the job that she just put it, Tony Paul, I'll never forget that, class prefect, case closed. Once you reached me, case closed, I was made class prefect. That's how much she believed.
Ruling with an iron fist.
That's the thing. And I see it as a problem.
But what's really sad about all of this, right? With all the strides that have been made in education and so on, okay, and trying to reach students and young people, when you hear about all these complaints, you have to ask yourself, how much progress has really been made? When you're still hearing students are going through these kinds of things, and it's supposed to be better.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be better.
It's supposed.
And you imagine the kids are still going through all this stress and anxiety and this kind of thing.
Anxiety.
This is good.
Because it's an exam, you still have to sit the exam. Imagine
And
to
that
get the
alone
placings
is a
and so
lot.
on.
Before the studying, the pressure from family, the pressure from classmates wanting to be on the top,
Yes.
and even sitting to write the exam, that's added pressure.
You know what the young lady said?
Yes.
You know what the young lady also said? She said that she got a lot of pressure. She said even people were telling her, even from her own family, you not make it for that particular school. She said she got all that pressure. She was talking about it. But she said that didn't even matter to her. It's the exam that she had a problem with.
Oh, what a...
Yeah. That's what she
man.
said. She says that is the problem for her. Not even them saying, well, you wouldn't make it. That didn't even bother her. Because she said she knew she had studied. But she says the exam itself. Yeah, imagine that you put in young children under stress and depression. Woy. Well, boy, I don't know when the system is going to get it right.
Yeah.
Because we actually had it rough. We had it really, really rough. And to compound all of that, licks here, and after you get licks at your house, you go to the licks again. Like a teacher would come, you look
And
as
having gone, but maybe some children back in the day repeated.
Yes.
So that's a lot that they had to.
Imagine
deal with
a
as
teacher would come to school and you could see that she's not in a good mood.
Yeah.
And you know his licks that coming on that day. She's just not in a good mood. Actually, I come out for you all today. yeah. Come for you all now, man.
Come out. I lash you. That's the most I'm going to say about
those
that.
who are around will know exactly who we're talking about.
That's right.
All right, okay. So let's get into the shout-outs.
Okay, the first person to chime in says, blessings from a family, Andre, Tony, and my darling Kiki. Good morning as well. Someone else chimed in and says, Stark is 35 at Tony.
Stark is... Oh, okay, right. I thought between 35 and 37. Mitchell Stark, the fast bowler I spoke about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone else chimed in.
And just quick, again, for a fast bowler, Andre, you old. Because Darren is around, maybe a little older than that. Darren Sammy, maybe a little older than that. And Darren stopped bowling a while before he retired. And Darren wasn't a pace bowler per se. Darren was a medium, medium-ish. You know what I mean? So to a pace bowler, you will slow down. Yeah.
Maybe they should. Well, back in the day, I don't know if that still work. Lack used to love to bowl what they call a yorker.
That's right.
Yeah, he said place the ball right in the batsman's foot.
That's right.
Yeah, that's where you place the ball.
Toes.
Yeah, that's how he used to bowl.
The bowlers who did that almost perfectly, again, Andre, when we were great, Joel Garner.
Yeah.
Malcolm Marshall to a lesser extent. Curtly Ambrose.
Yeah.
Man, them fellas can bowl that ball right
Yeah,
there.
and it's a little risky
Right.
because if you don't get it right, it's 6 runs in your skin.
That's right, you'll bowl a full toss.
6 runs in your skin. Keena has no idea what we're talking about.
I know.
Carry on, Keena, carry on.
John Quinlan says, good morning, Rev-Up panel.
That's my boy.
Cricket West Indies president has called up Clive Lloyd, Vivian Richards, and Brian Lara to an emergency meeting. Start took 6 for 9. The young guys have told Viv and Brian their time has passed.
You serious? That's exactly what I was saying.
Exactly.
Wow,
what you're saying.
wow, that's interesting.
It is.
Are you sure
very-
that's what you read there?
Yeah, that's what he read.
Yeah,
That's what he wrote,
And
actually.
he would read these things. Sometimes he sent them to me.
What?
So he would read these things, you know what I mean? Because he loves cricket. He loves cricket and football, and so John Quinlan. So yes, imagine that. Nah, you can't do that. As I made the point, Andrew, you listen to what the guys have to say. You don't just say, "Man, these guys have passed their time." No, you listen to them. Listen to what they got to say. The coaches, your Australia coaches and so on, are past cricketers, past greats. You understand? In the Brian Lara time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Someone else says, Tony dumplings in big water is called Dobwe Lawol.
Don't wait hours.
That goes with stewed turkey wings and lentils.
Okay.
And the person went on to say, Andre, your question about the greats is bringing them back to teach the basics of batting. The game has evolved, but the experience of these guys can get the guys to deal with the new age. Tony, there are 2 areas where the guys used before the ladies. The Wall, just for fun, and the Red Hill, Reds International. The objective was
Right.
to watch the girls, but the girls take over now.
Right. The Red Hill on top of
Just
right there,
around
right
the
there.
corner.
Right
By
at the
the
corner, by the
roundabout.
roundabout,
Right,
actually,
yeah.
at the top there.
Oh.
They used to go up there and then do their thing as well. Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
hmm
It's called a Red Hill.
Because of probably Red International probably started it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone else chimed in and says, on the topic of not clapping for your success, this is why you have to pray to God to protect. I have to pray to God to protect me from my friends, as I know who my enemies are. It came in after 10, actually.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph himself started as a bus driver and was able to go to school partly because of the United Workers' Party. Ignorance at the highest level.
Yeah, that was a topic we Lotus had this morning concerning you being happy for somebody else's success. It was a very good topic. But
Very
of course,
good.
I had
Very
my take on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Someone else says, blessed love to all Rev-Up crew, KK, TP, and Andre. Also, listeners, have a blessed, wonderful day. TP, have you read Brian Lara's book? You should. You would like it.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone else said, Andre Paul, who has said the most. Okay, carry on. Tony Paul, the Iron Dome is a missile defensive shield specifically designed by Israel for Israel. The American system is called the Patriot, which came to fame and glory during the Gulf War. The Russians has a similar system called the S-400. Right?
You gotta love our listeners, you know. Yeah, man. If we slip, they're right there.
Someone else, thanks for accepting my call. No, it's not. Is it? Well, someone else says, Tony, Dombuela was.
Same thing you're talking
thing.
about. How you call it? Water something? Dumpling?
Dombuela Google? It's the same thing, but they have some other things saying.
Dombuela was.
Yes.
Okay.
So somebody else says CPEA. Someone says, good morning, blessed day to Rev-Up team. We'll have Rev-Up team wait. What?
Think it easy.
Good morning, blessed day to all Rev-Up team. We'll have to guard the Japan way for wisdom and not competition.
We'll have to go the Japan way for wisdom. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but it says God.
Yeah, maybe go to that.
We'll have to go the Japan way for wisdom and not competition.
Yeah,
so maybe
maybe-
that's what the person is trying to say.
Yeah.
Thanks for accepting my call. Mr. Sylvester says, Kiki, about 2:30 p.m. you played a song when the liquor hit me liver. That was yesterday. Play it again for me, please, when you get a chance today.
You remember what it is? You don't remember?
I think it's maybe MNR. MNR, yes, MNR, MNR. She actually was a finalist at this year's Groovy Monarch competition. So it should be, I think it was MNR.
Talking about that, this young lady, what's the name? Something called Soretti.
Eminem.
What's the name again?
Oh, Nerati.
Nerati.
Thank God.
I'm just curious, why would she have a song like that?
Which
That's
is-
this raw thing.
What song? Raw?
I don't get it.
Thank God it's not raw.
It's it on the thing says something about raw version.
Yeah. And I listened to it. It is.
You
yeah.
find?
Yeah.
What about
What
this
about
part?
it?
She's
It's
using
raw.
the F word and things like that.
Huh?
She basically say F or something like that.
Yeah.
But I said F. You know,
She
But
doesn't.
why?
She
I'm
doesn't
saying why.
curse in there. Not the one that I have.
Andre, the F is really trending in music these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Why
so-
St. Lucians do want to do it?
Why are we going that route? Oh.
Yeah, to me, I didn't see the point in doing that. Because it's obvious what she's saying. I understand the passion and everything. I understand that, but you risk not the song not being played. That's
I
my concern.
really hope, Andre. Haven't said what I just said there. The F thing is trending in the United States and so on, in the what they call hip hops and so on. Andre, I'm really hoping we don't go down that route. That road. I really hope so.
Mhm.
As much as, hey, I'm out there, I deal with it,
Yeah.
But to say our locals will go down that road, gosh, I
Was
hope not.
was it last year? I think Monster. He had
Mhm.
a song last year. I couldn't play it.
Right.
You know which one I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Yeah, last year he had a
remember.
song last year, and I imagine I was talking to Zen about it,
Mhm.
and Zen told me be careful
Mhm.
with that because it's a raw version.
Mhm.
Why are they
yeah.
doing that?
Yeah. Because when it's played out there, because there are those street parties. When I say street parties, like beach picnics and
Okay,
beach
fine.
parties and
Yeah,
so
fine,
on.
you do that.
And they see how much the people enjoy it. So they have those versions. And
Mm.
if you're gonna go there, then do a radio version. Please.
Exactly, just do two
Please
versions.
a radio version.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really undermining your talents and so on.
Exactly.
Because the announcers most likely will not play it.
Exactly.
We're a very conservative society.
Right.
Still.
Right. So much so. Let me just throw that in quickly.
Mm.
There are some people who are saying, back me up on that. You see some of the shows that we have, like the Love Zone and so on, some of the things that come up.
Yeah.
The people have problems with that.
Yeah,
They say
of
that-
course.
Oh,
they
you're
do.
aware. You're
Of
aware
course
too.
they do.
But even a problem with one of the co-hosts
All
as
of
well.
that, all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was a strong when we first started.
Yeah.
There was a strong pushback.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And let me say this: the guy is. God, yeah, I'll say it. For me, the guy is brilliant on the program.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
He is.
And
yeah.
Andrea and Keena, strange. He hardly ever pushes
No.
his agenda.
He doesn't. He
Hardly
doesn't.
ever,
he doesn't
ever,
at
ever.
all. He doesn't
He-
at all.
if
You say
we-
hardly, Tony? I can't remember anything.
Never
Anytime at
does.
all.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
Okay.
But the only thing is he says he just says I'm not into girls.
Right.
He says that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gay-
that's
I'm a
cool.
And
gay
that's
man.
his choice.
I'm a gay man.
You know.
Kind of way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So some
Yeah,
of the
we
topics,
need to
obviously, I
respect
know a little touchy
Mhm.
because imagine when the topics are suggested, I have to vet them,
Mhm.
and I say, boy, that one is a little too hot,
Right.
No, let's not go down that road. And even those I choose, I still see some people take issue with them.
Yeah.
Mm. Right. So, Mr. Sylvester, I will play a song by M&R. It is called, I'll play it later for you. So that's good. He remembered the time and when I played it too. He says, you played this song yesterday before Sly's song. So I remember the song. I'll
right.
play it
So
for
it
you.
is MNR.
It is M&R,
Okay.
yes. Our last person to chime in says, hi, good morning. Can Andre repeat what he said about Island, Barbados, Dominica, St. Vincent? Free movement of people.
free
They would
movement,
like for you to
1st
repeat
October, free movement of skilled
Skills.
workers,
Mhm.
etc., etc. You don't need a work permit to go and work in these countries anymore. You want to set up a business in that part of the world, go right ahead. So you have Barbados, I think Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Belize.
Yeah.
These are the 4 countries
Mhm.
that are kicking this thing off. So just get ready because we will join eventually. It's just inevitable. That's where we're going with this thing. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so that's it for the WhatsApp platform.
My turn.
Ready.
All right. So, off the Facebook page, we read. Sharon Peter says, good morning. It's Wednesday. Then,
Good
of
morning.
course, it's hump
Hump
day.
day.
You know.
Morning,
already.
Sharon.
You know.
I hope
already.
things are nice at your store.
Yes.
Oh, what kind of store she has again? She's
She
swimsuit?
said something about swimsuits, but I think it's a little more than swimsuits, you know.
Mm.
But she just said herself and Kim, who work there.
Mm.
So, good morning to you guys in South Jersey.
Yeah, and talking about swimsuits, that's what I was saying earlier. We the fellas, you know, we're not sexy or anything like that.
Andrew, we sexy.
You look at a swimsuit for a fella, a swimsuit for a guy today. That's a pair of shorts. But the ladies, boy, the most beautiful thing that God has created, man. You can't get away from that, Tony. Most beautiful.
I agree. According to Lucky, I submit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yes, Andre. All jokes aside, yeah, I think so. When you look at a woman, man, wait.
That's the crown.
Yourself.
Yeah, the crowning jewel of his creation.
Yeah. Like the saying goes, he created us, but he perfected it by making woman.
That's right.
Hats off to you, ladies. All right, so moving right along, the next person to check in, Pius, always there early, Pius. Good morning to you, my man. Says Pius Snappy, yeah, man.
All right, Pius.
Elvin J, team workers as well. As always, the eyes have it. Eyes have it. Sharon giving me my big shout out, Tony. Hi, Sharon. And Pius came right back and says, welcome back. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, good morning, my beautiful people. Andre and beautiful Keena. Jerome Sakafet. Happy Wednesday to all. Nancy Graceland checked in. Nancy says, good morning, my favorite people. Tony Shades today. Do you go back to wetting the gorge? Did you go back to wetting the gorge?
Good question.
Yes. What happened is, Nancy, is, again, it's carnival. Notice my colors and everything. It's carnival, you know, and I'm not going to be here till, next week, Wednesday, I believe. Okay, so I figure, hey, man, bring it on, you know. All right, so that's why, Nancy. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, good morning, everyone on the live and Radio Garden. Share the link. Big up to Pato and D. Francis Obeis. Jojo, good morning, my darling. Jojo, we welcome you back whenever you're ready. Barbara Xavier says, a lovely day. Good morning to all of you. Have a great day. Blessed love. Thank you, Barbara. That's Barbara Xavier. Lucita came right back and said, Jerome, did you share the link? Put it on your Facebook story. You will get a check from Facebook. I will talk to you in chambers. All right, Lucita, no worries. Appreciate that. Septima Joseph came on and says, good morning to all. Okay, let's go. Did I pass Josie Stevens? Septima Joseph, right. Good morning all. Josie Stevens says, we call it hard dumplings, Tony. Okay, hard dumplings. Arthur Charles, good morning to you. Arthur says, morning, folks. As usual, today is the birthday of the following persons. Mr. Marius St. Rose, former bank manager. So Marius St. Rose, former bank manager, good morning and happy birthday to you. Miss Carmen Hirel, hi Carmen, good morning and happy birthday. Also Luna EKA, or maybe you wanted to say, okay, Luna EKA Flemius. So good morning to you as well. Who else is celebrating? Mr. Breeze Williams of Barbados celebrating as well. So happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating your birthdays today. Catherine McPhee says, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Keena. Catherine, good morning to you.
How
say what's up. Say what's up to hubby, Mark, for us.
Mm-hmm.
Paul St. Rose, you know he's definitely back. He says, good morning, my Rev-Up family and Miss and my LaClary brothers and Keena. Thank you, Paul.
Morning.
All right. Christine Shallery says, blessed Wednesday to you all. Who else is? Somebody replied to Arthur Charles saying good morning and good morning to you. Lucita Jean-Pierre says good morning, Uncle Arthur. Alexandrine Lisa says good morning, Rev-Up family. Blessed day to Tony, Andre, and Keena. That is from Alexandrine Lisa. Elsa Hippolyte says greetings to my Paul brothers, Keena, and all in the chat room. Have an awesome day. Alexandrine Lisa came right back and says, happy birthday to my nephew, who is okay. Okay. From your aunt Lisa. I wonder if that's Lisa Duval. You know Lisa, but you probably don't know her as Lisa. That's who you're talking about. Because she always talks about you. She lives in the CDC, and I think she still lives there. Mm-hmm. That is our cousin, Guille or Duval, Duval's niece. Carrick plays football with us behind the college. And I happened to see the man name about 2 years ago. I'm like, Carrick Duval. Well, all Duval's supposed to be family, you know what I mean? So I tell him, who is your people and things? And he said me who his mother was and all of that. So Carrick Duval, that's right, celebrating his birthday today. And also found that he was a July born as well.
All right, Carrick.
All right. So it is Lisa, Alexandrine Lisa. So you, Lisa, okay. She Chub, that's what Tony like. She Chub, like I said, I I'm not sure if we've met, but I've seen you around. When I saw the pic of you, I'm like, hey, that's She Chubb. She Chubb, what I'm going to do is when I see you, I'm going to give you a nice, wonderful hug. So that's what Tony like. All right, Madeline Alexander says, good morning, beautiful people. It's been a while.
Yes, that's true, Madeline.
True.
Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you.
She says, how you guys doing? We're doing mighty fine. Thank you for asking. She Chubb says, choops done. Martha James says, good morning, everyone. Blessed Wednesday and love. Thank you, Martha James. Elsa Hippolyte, good morning, Sister Barbara. Alexandrine Lisa came right back and says, the camera just have a better view of the bum bum on the wall. Madeline says, not true, Andre. Some men are very sexy. I tell you.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Really? You agree, Keena?
Somehow, yeah.
What part of us that's sexy? I'm just curious to know, so I can work on it.
The bum bum wall.
No, hold on, Tony. How to hear this? How to hear this? What part of us?
For some women look sexy, the chest. For some women look sexy. It depends on what sexy is relative to the individual.
Oh, to the individual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh boy.
So Madeline went on to say, men just like too much bum, so they give the ladies lots of attention. So maybe for them it's not about the bum.
Yeah, there's something attractive about it. I cannot explain it.
The backside.
Yeah, I cannot explain it. Why that part of the anatomy is just attractive.
A partner man actually said that he finally figured out the backside of a woman is the most attractive part of her body.
That's what he said.
I disagree. I ain't lying, but I guess we all have our what we like and what we our favorite parts and all of that. All right, so Martha Sharp says, honestly, I love watching Bam Bam Wall. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. Amazing stuff. And that's a woman,
saying that.
Exactly.
You see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So morning, Martha.
Morning,
Martha
Martha.
Shop. Yeah, wishing you guys a nice day. That's in Mon Repos, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Joe and Shallery says, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Keena, and the chat room listeners.
Good morning, Joe.
Followed by Madeline, our friend says, I stay away from radio because of all this politics. I hate it.
Oh, well, Kohaye.
That's right.
Madeline, that's just how it is. That's how it is. It's part of the culture.
It'll get even worse.
Exactly.
Come January, February, and so on, Christmas season gone.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, boy.
It'll go up another notch.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. I like certain elements of the politics.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah. All right. So Arthur Chow says Girodi and Flosac.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, Papa and the Stevenson King.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were okay. All right. Okay. All right. Roma Edmond says, good morning. Who say men not sexy? Not true. Some men, their chest, as Keena says, look so damn good. The bum wall is for the men. They like that. Tony, I see you like the bum wall. That's what men like to see. I don't necessarily like the bum wall. I just say, I ain't see nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and do your thing. Shake your thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But if they were to scrap it, big deal.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Okay?
You say either to scrap it, what happened?
No problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem. You know what I mean? But it's there. I don't put to say, why looking forward, like some people say, looking forward to the bum more. No, not at all. But I'm saying, go ahead, do your thing,
Of course.
Right. Okay, Madeline says, truth is, Andre, like it or not. Truth is truth. Andre, like it or not. Pearl Food Baby Henry says, good morning and happy midweek to the Rev-Up St. Lucia family and all in the chat room.
Morning, Pearl.
Morning, Pearl.
Josie Stevens says, you make money shoveling snow in America?
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Yeah.
Madeline came right back and said, the devil has many more people on its side than the good Lord has. Can we change that? Nope. Roma came back and says, J. Joseph is very disrespectful. Oh, okay. J. Joseph, he can touch Mr. King when it comes to respect.
Guy.
Maybe she meant
Guy Joseph.
right. She probably meant
Typo.
right. She probably meant he can't touch. Anyway, to each his own. And of course, She Chubb went all over that. What? Why? You know what I mean? She says, for example, and then waiting for an example, Josie Stevens says, I never heard y'all talk about RF. Richard Frederick, I suppose.
What about him?
I have no idea. Let me see, what to me, you crazy it. You said right. The UWP
has singled out
Richard
these two,
and
Richard
Steve.
and
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Madeline Alexander says, grudges hurting themselves. grudges hurting himself. She-Chub, give an example, Andre. I don't know. I'm not sure of what. She-Chub says, give an example. Catherine McPhee says, Guy was rebutting criticism of himself by Mr. King. The silly season is on. Yeah, She-Chub says, exactly. God is watching. May Clessa, good morning, Mary. May Clessa says, good morning to all Rev-Up-aholics. Wasn't Guy Joseph responding to comments he said members of the ruling side said about him? That he guy had no education.
In boxing, right, Tony? I watch a lot of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You are not allowed to hit your opponent below the belt,
Yeah.
right? You're not allowed to do that. Now, because your opponent does it,
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you have to respond in kind. Because your opponent, remember, the rules are clear.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to do that.
Mhm.
And I've seen many instances where you have boxers who hit
Do
you
it.
underneath the belt, and the
Yeah.
others don't do it. In the case of Evander Holyfield
Mhm.
and Mike Tyson,
Mhm.
when Mike Tyson bit his ear,
Mhm.
okay, I remember Evander gave an interview after that. He said he wanted to respond. He wanted to respond at that point in time, but he said if he had done that, he would have lost that $47 million he would have made.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
he controlled himself.
Right.
So the point I'm making is that even though somebody says something about you which you think is sort of maybe disrespecting you or whatever, you don't go any lower, right? You respond up to a certain level where you don't go that about the job and things like what he was doing before.
Mhm.
I don't think he should have done that.
Mhm.
And I said it already. I said the Labour Party during that time when it was a horse racing thing, they went down that road,
Mhm.
criticizing those who were taking care of or who wanted to take care of horses, and I didn't like that at all, man.
You even said that today.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So Madeline says, when you bite the hand that feeds you. Nancy Graceland came back and say, Andre, yes, Guy was wrong for doing that, but I don't hear you talking about Richard Frederick with all the derogatory things he says. Another talk show clearly swore on his mother's life that he has to beat up a politician. Wow.
Now on the Richard Frederick issue, I'll be honest. I do not watch his shows,
Okay.
so I don't know what's going on there. To be honest with you,
Okay.
I do not watch it.
I do. And that's
If he says something
Yeah,
and
you-
it happened to be in the news, or something, I will comment on it.
right.
But to say for me to go watch what he and for me to comment on what he's talking about,
Mhm.
I do not watch his shows.
Okay. I want to be involved. I watch everything. Okay. Nancy Graceland.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Nancy, because time and so on. Nancy Graceland says we have to point out all the wrongs. Let's not be selective. The talk show host clearly stated that he wants someone to beat Shastny. Whoa. We have to speak up against this, not just about Israel. Take a swipe at you.
So did you hear that, Tony? Did you hear him say that? Because you say you watch.
Gosh, to beat up Alan? No, I don't.
Two comments were made there about beating up Alan, and another comment was made before that.
Yeah, kind of don't remember.
So you're a big fan.
Yeah,
You remember those comments?
I don't remember him saying that, and this is not me being biased or anything. No, I just don't beat up. To me, to me, he condemns these things about beating up.
Something like that would have made headlines.
Exactly.
Headlines. A comment like that.
Mm-hmm. Al Henry says, I did have my go-stealing crackers at Elwin. He put the name on Ollie. Elwin back in the day. Another guy would do the cheese. Oh gosh.
Oh my.
So She-Chub says, I want to know, and she says again, it was strangled. Tyson was strangled to death.
Well, we don't know that.
Right.
We don't know that.
Arthur Charles says, Andre and Keena, I think y'all, just so you have a little 90 grand saved and you go take it to bail, hard-headed boys, no way.
That's what Keena was saying earlier
Right.
about the bail.
Some people do it actually because it's their child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
Right. Nancy says a dog which has been trained to sniff drugs and other substances but couldn't sniff out poison. Inquiring minds would like to know.
We will know. We will know
Yeah, we will
eventually.
know.
We'll find out, boy. Yeah, because the post-mortem, that has to be made public. There's no choice on that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alexandrine says, oh, I want to know about Tyson. Arthur came back. Did Tyson commit suicide? Arthur Charles. Josie Louis. Hi, Josie. She says, wow, this is interesting. She has a great point. All right. Roma Edmond, I am so mad with J. Joseph, I guess Guy Joseph. Call himself a SDA church going, not a Christian, no respect. He never touched Mr. King when it comes to respecting people. All right. Madeline says, Al Henry. Okay. Al Henry. Anyway, I think most of us had those days. Me was fawin and sick. If you get me, LOL.
Farina and
Farina and
sugar.
sugar. Yeah. Madeline says, Al Henry says, Madeline, Alexander, true. It was the excitement in doing it. I guess us, as kids, stealing.
Yeah.
Face.
Yeah.
Barbara Augustine, my favorite people, good morning. Nice having you here with me. Thank you, Barbara. Madeline
Thanks,
says, Al Henry, it's true, and we did not do it for us to sell, just to enjoy. That's true too. In terms of the little.
Yeah. We didn't go and sell stolen goods.
It was more pinching stuff than stealing stuff. None of us became crooks later on.
Yeah,
true.
Again, let me just make sure we put a little caveat there. We're not encouraging anybody to do anything like that. It's just we didn't have computers, as I said earlier.
Definitely.
Nothing to pass the time.
Yes. So quickly, good morning. Sylvester Bissett says good morning, and he says, TP, don't forget to check out the email I sent you yesterday. Luther Alsey, good morning, Luther. He says, good morning, Mr. Tony, Mr. Andre, and Empress Keena. God bless you guys.
God bless you too.
And I think we're wrapping up by saying, Madeline is that the last one? Madeline says, Andre, I see you all the time, but you don't see me. Last week I tried getting your attention, but you was busy talking to a guy outside your workplace.
Oh.
So that's it.
Okay.
Madeline was the
must
last
be
one.
the guy next door.
Oh, okay.
When he talks to you, demands your attention. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He wants your attention.
Mm-hmm.
So you done, Tony?
Yes, that's it.
Beautiful. All right. So, Keena, what do you have coming up on your show today?
The Rev-Up Slu News with Andre Paul, hit of the day, one hit wonder, the riddle of the day, as well a 100 million lawsuit from Eminem targeting Meta, and a surprising medical case out of France that's challenging everything we know about the human brain. Yeah, that and much more.
Yeah. Do you think it is possible what Mark Zuckerberg is planning to build a machine that is much smarter than human beings?
No, that can't be possible.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
The good book says when God looked down and saw they were building this tower, that story, I don't understand that story at all. And he said, these people there, anything you see they put their minds to,
They can do it.
they're going to do it. Anything they put their minds to. Now, I find that's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
It is.
As human beings.
Yeah. So when Mark Zuckerberg says he's amassing about 50 of the best minds,
He will.
he said he actually says he's going to bring these people down, I think in California where he lives there, to have them close to him, right? And that's the next big project. Boy, I don't underestimate these fellas at all. It may take some time, but eventually they'll get there. It might be the end of the world at that particular point in time. Okay, so so Keena, that's what's coming up on your show today. And Keena will be here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3, it's going to be Zen the DJ. Last night we had a very, very interesting program on Doctor in the House. That's another good one. There's the guest was a lady who she's the only one in St. Lucia, right? Who does that child a child a dental pediatrician.
Right.
I think something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dental pediatrician.
It was so interesting what she had to say. Yeah, so interesting about brushing the teeth and taking care of when you have the milk teeth, when they fall off, what's supposed to happen, and you're not supposed to have any cavities before, because once you see the teeth or the tooth falls out, then the permanent one has to grow up, and when it grows, it pushes out, and you have a space. Oh man, interesting
Very
stuff.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I mean, I can't keep all of that in my head.
Right.
But I picked up some gems there last night. Yeah, I was saying to her, it's amazing that, of course, we didn't have all that information back in the day. All right? And imagine when I go to I had a habit of brushing my teeth really, really hard, because you think that's what you're supposed to do to get it clean. And we used to use hard bristles.
Right.
And I'm saying, even now when I go to the habit is so ingrained in me.
Still do it
When I
hard.
go to the dentist says, Mr. Paul, you are brushing your teeth too hard. I'm saying to myself, okay, I have to stop that. I have to make sure I'm gentle. I'll do it for 2 days.
After that,
After I go back again. I have to check and say,
It's
oh
a
my
habit.
God, I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when these habits, man, are there, these things are formed and like they become like ingrained. It's so difficult to get those things
Let me
out of
ask
your system, boy.
The two of you, when you brush, as we're talking about that, just quickly, I know we run out of time and everything. When you brush, I heard or I see people doing it. You the toothpaste, when it starts to foam and so on, you spit it out and then you continue brushing. I only spit when I'm done.
You serious? You can actually keep that on your mouth?
No,
What? I can't keep that inside
I
there?
can't keep it inside there.
So you brush,
Yeah, and then,
spit,
spit and then continue.
Then
brushing.
continue?
Yeah. Wow.
You're spitting out the toothpaste, man.
Wow.
To me, you're spitting out the toothpaste.
I guess we
You
all do it
understand?
differently.
What's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so you spit and brush again.
Yeah.
And you just continue. If
Yeah.
more saliva collects, you
Yeah.
spit again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
One
The
spit,
toothbrush has
toothpaste in it.
toothpaste on it.
I must try. I must try that.
An interesting fact, we should say so. Those who are listening, the fluoride is supposed to be a controversial thing. She said the fluoride actually contributes to the strength and the development of the teeth.
Of the teeth.
Okay.
So fluoride.
Okay.
Yeah, because Anthony called last night. Anthony had a different view on that. He thinks that fluoride destroys things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
she said no, that is not. Both she and Dr. Suraj agreed that's not the case. So
Okay.
fluoride is a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. So we got to wrap it up.
But
yes, Tony?
hats off to Dr.
Suraj.
Suraj.
Yeah.
What,
Right.
Andrew? Consistent, very professional.
Yes, very professional. He's
But
always
what-
on time. Always on time.
And he can't make it, Andre?
Yes,
Gets-
he has a
gets-
substitute.
Oh man, Dr.
That's right.
Suraj, if you're listening, or somebody tell him we said that.
Mhm.
We really appreciate, as you always say, Andre. Thanks for your service.
Yes. And people like him, he's very serious about what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he takes it seriously, which is a very rare character trait. Okay, so we got to wrap it up. This has been Hard Drive for today, and Hard Drive brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph Shipping Agency. Now, at JJ's Paradise, we are offering day pass specials for adults at a cost of just 75 VC dollars, folks. That's for an adult, a day pass. Wow, I can't get over that, And the children pay just 45 VC dollars. That's for a day pass. The pass includes pool access. You have access to the pool. You have one free drink. You have lunch buffet style. Yeah, there's lunch buffet style included in that as well.
My favorite.
Lunch buffet style included in the thing. That means you go and you take what you want to take. Yes, and dessert ice cream. That's just for 75 VC dollars, and for the children 45
So
VC
just
dollars.
putting it out there that
Yeah.
Naretti has sent the radio version for her song. Thank God.
Oh, so she did.
She reached out to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
Put it on
good.
the system.
Well,
Thanks,
good.
Naretti. Mwah.
So make sure you get in the system.
Yes,
Because
yes,
I like the song.
yes. Okay.
I like it. So
Yeah.
children over 12 years will pay the adult price. So book a room for an additional 165 VC dollars from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 721-7693. That's 721-7693, and book a day pass package at JJ's Paradise today. Towels are not provided.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an